boxing legend Muhammad Ali Thursday, marking the 40th anniversary of one of the sport's all-time classic fights, namely a thriller in Manila, which resulted in Ali's defeat of Joe Frazier that very night in the US city of Louisville. Sports Illustrated officially dedicating its prestigious Sportsman Legacy Award in Ali's name. This is also the 39th time he'll be appearing on the front cover of the magazine. And here's proof. Just look at a snapshot of the other 38 occasions down the years, chronicling the decades there in iconic moments. You can see it all displayed. 38, and this is going to be number 39. By the way, this is more than any other athlete, with the exception of Michael Jordan. So that gives you just some idea of the status of the icon we are talking about right now. Well, Sports Illustrated's managing editor, Chris Stone, was there to witness events in Kentucky last night. He's with us now live from New York City. Chris, thanks for joining us. We just saw all those iconic covers. What has made Ali, in your book, such an enduring fixture over the decades?
Well, in many ways, the story of Ali is the story of Sports Illustrated. It tells the story of the intersection of sports and entertainment. It tells the story of sports and the intersection of political and social issues, the intersection of sports and globalization. And really, Ali himself came along right about the same time Sports Illustrated did. He really got his start in boxing in 1954, summer 54, at the age of 12. And that's the same summer that Sports Illustrated was born.
Just so many topics we can dwell upon throughout his career, the life and times of Ali. I just want to show our viewers the number 39 right there. Talk about enduring durability. Look, Ali's 73 now, still getting on the front cover. I want to put you on the spot here. Is there any other athlete in your book who might even come close to this tally, spinning forward? And if so, who?
You know, I really don't think so. I mean, there's certainly athletes who will remember as performing at a very high level, the level that Ali did, like LeBron James. But what made Ali so special is the fact that I don't know if you can really replicate the era in which he grew up in, and the struggles that he had to endure in the 60s and the early 70s. And, you know, you really haven't had a figure like that since Ali. And it's really kind of hard to anticipate that somebody else will come along and captivate and really move the entire country, the entire world like Ali did.
You were there in Louisville. Just what was it like? Paint a picture for us. What struck you most about the occasion?
Well, listen, he's had Parkinson's disease for over 3 decades now. And he's physically diminished, but when he enters a room, he still overpowers the room. The level of emotion that was expressed by friends, old foes like George Foreman and Larry Holmes, Shaquille O'Neal, not a contemporary of his, but a great admirer of his, was there as well last night. And you really sense, you know, just the deep places that their words and emotions come from.
When you think of his legacy for you, and I mean, I know this is really kind of putting you on the spot, but just think about this for a moment, because in many ways his legacy is still being realized, isn't it? What comes to mind?
Well, I think the fact that it doesn't matter how old you are to really, he hasn't fought in 37 years. In fact, I only remember his last 4 fights at the very end of his career. So, yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, you can be a young child, you can be a teenager, you can be in your 20s, and you still are, you know exactly who Muhammad Ali was. And if you don't know exactly what he did, exactly what he endured, you knew that he stood for something. And I think that is the greatest reflection of his legacy.
You mentioned the courageous fight against Parkinson's. Just explain how he is and how he continues to be an inspiration to so many people who he's never even met.
Sure. He looks great. He doesn't speak, but like I said, when he enters a room, he owns the room. He overpowers the room. And that was reflected last night as well.
Chris Stone, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it there from New York City. Much obliged.
Okay, Patrick, thank you.
Well,